This need, you can see, is also going, if we go a little beyond, we'll find that needs can be of several types. Like we say, one can be a stated need. We say that I'm hungry, I need some food, stated. But unstated need may be that yes, I'm hungry, but what I'm not stating is that I want something which is very tasty. I want something which is I don't get at home, so I like to go outside and eat. So while I'm talking of hunger, there is something which I have not stated, something within. The real needs may be something which I am not even stating, but that is what I am looking at. There can be delight needs, there can be secret. And let us see through a few pictures, let me try and figure it. Liril, for instance, this is of course a very, very recent pack. The original pack was different. See, Liril has been, I'll take you a little through history, let me take. In the 70s, this was a very successful campaign. If you recall, there was this lady having a bath under a waterfall with a very tilting music. And this became a very successful, not only advertisement, but Liril of Levers also became a very, very dominant brand. Now, what is basically a soap for? Soap is basically for cleaning the body. You are taking for a bath. So obviously, apart from cleaning, you may like to have a little refreshing scent around you, a little perfume, you feel fresh, all about. But when we look at this campaign, what it made? It made actually that time, if you recall in the 70s, our conservative society, for a lady to fantasize that, she is enjoying something, the freedom of going and having a bath under a waterfall. So the soap actually, from purely satisfying a need of just cleaning the body, took it somewhere much above. So it took it to a sense of a feeling of, a fantasizing, a feeling of, feeling great. And see, this became a very successful story. And the soap, the history of this Liril soap was extremely, it became a very successful brand. But again, which I was saying earlier with all those other pictures which I showed you, today Liril is no longer in that position. That initial excitement, that initial fantasy which was created with that advertisement and the product, it did not last. Today what happened, the same company has been trying to reposition Liril. They come with different models. This actually is that original pack. Then they tried with other variants, they tried an orange, and it did not work. It is still, it's not back in its old place of glory. That's what I'm trying to say. So what happened? What was basically the need for a soap, primarily if you observe, is basically to clean the body while you're taking a bath. But when you create some type of an excitement around you, that means you have taken them somewhere, if you see that need hierarchy, much above, somewhere, maybe at a self-actualization. I'm enjoying a type of a feeling that is something very, very exotic. And a simple thing like a soap gets into that slot. Let's look at DLF. Very successful. Now here, what could have been some of the issues which may have made this particular mode or this particular type of a cricket series so successful? See, in any type of a game, the basic need which is satisfied is there is an excitement, you are going for a match, so you would like to win. There's a type of a basic, instinct of competition. If you can say a little roughly, there is something, I must defeat the opponent, if you can call it a killer instinct, something like that works in any type of a match. Cricket, there is one thing why cricket becomes very popular, because in our Indian context, of all the games that we have, in cricket, you'll find with every ball, there is an excitement, there is an expectation, there is something which you can get, like every ball can turn into a six, it can turn into a boundary, you can have someone out, you can have a run out. But that is not so if you see in some other forms in our Indian thing when you look at football or hockey, because they are not power football or power hockey. So what happens? Most of the time you'll find the game is moving around somewhere here, there, till they get into the penalty corner area or they come into the penalty box. That time the excitement comes. Whereas in cricket, that excitement is continuously going. So cricket becomes very popular. But this particular mode, for all you know, had one other great thing which it was offering. Both of these are our icons. Both of them are our heroes. But in any other form, you cannot get these two fighting with each other. So this particular, when we see this Premier League, it offers you that opportunity. See, the excitement goes beyond. Now, we don't know whether that's a type of a hidden need. Because when you go to see a match, the stated need may be, I want to see a cricket game. But the unstated, you don't know inside what that need is. Sometimes they may come out and that can give that winning edge to a particular product. Let's see something beyond. A food. Okay, one would like to have a food, a thali or something. Now, while that again is a basic need, let us see, there can be something you'd like to sit and eat with people. That can be one. You can like to experiment something outside. I want to have excitement. I want to go, become a little fun. It's great excitement eating outside. Why take it there? See, primarily when we say a safety here, you may compromise that because you want that excitement to eat outside. I can have different varieties. Somebody says that I want to, get away from the drudgery of cooking at home. That's why I'm going outside and eating. The entire, here you may find that the food is just incidental. It's basically the gathering, the type of show. You would like to be in a gathering where there is an amount of class. You would like to have, a candlelight thing outside, very exotic location. See, here you find that the food is not so much there. It is the other thing around it. So, while it is satisfying the need of basic food, we are getting several other things. For all you know, the real need may be something different. Like here, for instance, you may like to have some time where you get some quiet moments outside. So, food gives you a vehicle to go and... Now see the marketing opportunities, how they come. Somebody, even in the area of serving food, can get into so many types of issues where they can get opportunities. And if they are able to sense what that particular need is, see, they can create those wants for their offering. Now, I'll come with one thing, that whenever there is a customer, when the customer actually seeks a value, the customer's value perception is basically the differential between all the benefits they get and what the cost is. So what we are saying, this cost may not be that price or that money alone. There can be other costs which are there. Like for instance, if somebody is going to a restaurant, then there may be things like, what is the type of location where they are sitting. They like to have some place where, they want a quiet moment, the surroundings are good. So that can be also a part of the benefit they are getting. Or for instance, when you are going to, let us say, a retail, organized retail, where there is a bargain shopping. But while that is one part of the benefit you are getting and the price is the cost, there can be another cost. That means the parking may be a big problem. That place may be so crowded and you don't know how to go there. So that can become a cost. And sometimes this customer's value perception can also change with time. To give you an example, if for instance there is a tap in your house which is leaking and you call a plumber and the plumber comes and tells you, he will take 250 rupees to fix it. And you have got time at your hand, you may say, let me look at another plumber, 250 seems to be too high. But supposing you have got to leave the house and you are going on vacation, you are going to lock it. And at that time there is a tap leaking, that plumber 250 rupees, you are not going to blink an eyelid and you may take it. See, what happens is the same job, is the same benefit you are getting, but the value perception can sometimes change. Okay?